It's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show. It's the Analyst Desk. Yeah, in case you didn't know, it's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show where every day feels like game day, bro. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Analyst Desk. It is I, Jacob Moore, the critically acclaimed, self-proclaimed sports analyst, and we're joined by Mr. Moore for your money.
Woo! Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show.
Somehow the Analyst Desk is commenting saying I'm late. You are not late, Analyst Desk, even though I'm not sure. Lane, I think you're actually on the wrong account, but that's okay. JP Power from Windsor, welcome. Always nice to see you at the desk. But how are you feeling, Dan? Big win from the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good. I don't know about you, but I feel good. You know, I said it. I feel like that last game when John Snyder went ham, I felt like it was going to help the team reset for the season. And I think this was a big statement game. You know, we're only one game under 500 now. And the reason why I think this game was such a big statement game was because it was a character game. We were down 4-0 at one point. We gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and we were down 4-0. Like, oh no, here we go again after one win. But hey, we not just tied it, we dominated and made it 10-4. I think it's a big statement game.
Welcome back to the desk, Ontario Secret. Always good to see ya.
Come back.
And yeah, you know what? Big win from the Toronto Blue Jays here. I mean, I think there's a lot of key things that happened here today. Had a lot of success with runners in scoring position, and that makes a huge difference for this team. I mean, when you can score with guys on base, you're just going to do a lot better. Got the long ball from Venezuela with his first career major league home run. And Dalton Varsho has really listened to my messaging when I've been hammering home that he needs to step up. He had a really big game. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. for a couple of really nice hits. And I have an unpopular opinion about Corbin, the pitcher today. I thought he did his job. I'm not saying he was perfect. But he was able to be good enough to give the Jays a chance to win this ball game. And you also have to look at it too, right? This is with a catcher he's never caught with before, an infield he's never worked with before. He's basically in spring training mode because he only got one minor league warm-up start, and then he's right back into it in the MLB. And he got a couple strikeouts. He was able to force some ground outs. Truthfully, the first inning for him was just a lot of bad luck.
It was, for sure. I mean, it sucked they gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and he gave a fourth one. The fourth one's kind of an issue for me, but it's like
Toronto toilets.
He did get some bad luck in that first inning. So he 7 cents hot dog record night was wild. 102,000. That's why 102,000. That's upwards of 2.5 hot dogs per people at the stadium.
But I do want to say this, Dan. I want your opinion on this. Like, what did you feel about the offense today? Like, they're able to get guys around the base, multiple doubles. Like, how are you feeling about this team? You know, do you think maybe that win against the Dodgers may have been a turning point and we saw more of it today?
100%. I think it was a turning point. I think you gotta give shout out to John Snyder. You know, some people maybe questioned him years past, but now he has he got a team to a World Series, right? He has some playoff success. He's been with his club for 20 years. And you have David Snyder here. Everyone's kind of like, oh, he's a mediocre player, blah, blah, blah. Well, he finally gave him in the top 9 last couple of games, and he's made a drastic difference. The issue is who you take out. He's only in because Barger is injured. I think Barger is better than a great question here. Kohlberg was a pitcher with the Washington Nationals back in the day. He's 36 years old. Won the Cy Young Award as a league's best pitcher at one point. The reason why he came to Toronto is because he's really good friends and neighbors with Mad Max down in Florida. And Mad Max told him to come here because of how great the organization the Blue Jays are to the people. And he took less money to come to Toronto. Every team's offering him more money, but he signed here for $1 million contract just to play with Snyder.
And Corbin has been in, I'm just reading in the stats here, he's been in the league since 2012.
Yeah, a long
And I
time.
mean, he is a guy that consistently in the majors has put together some pretty decent numbers. I mean, he's won a
Mhm.
couple Cy Youngs. He actually played for the Texans last year, Dan. Nationals was before. He played for the Nationals for quite
Right.
a few years.
Mhm.
But I mean, last year, the last couple years haven't been phenomenal, but he's had some really
No.
good years pre-pandemic. And what you're
Mhm.
doing is you're just bringing in a guy with a lot more experience that's just going to give this pitching staff a hand, right? And of all the
100%.
injuries, I don't think there's any harm bringing in a guy that can give you 5 innings. And I'm just going to say this too, but maybe he's a guy that becomes a bullpen guy later down the road for this team. Once you get, your Savage is close to getting back, Bieber will get back at some point. Unfortunately, Cody Pongs is probably done for the year, but
Very
overall, I thought he
sad.
played well. We'll
Yeah,
go
I
back
do a great point, Jacob,
to
about having a
Jays.
great point, Jacob, having a bullpen pitcher there with losing Barrows to the Orioles, right? You
And
kind of
how's it
need
going? You're thinking of you're not thinking of Barrios, you're thinking of Bassett.
Bassett, sorry,
But yeah,
yeah.
Rick from Hamilton Sports Central was at the game, so you're right, Rick. We can't
Yes.
blame you.
And he lined up all day. Hi, Connor. Great friend of the program. We did the CFL Fights Cancer Walk. So please watch us all season about that. We're going to do some amazing things, raising money for a great cause. And I'm going to attempt I did the CFL Fights Cancer Walk last year, the walk from Toronto and Hamilton. Fortunately, my bad foot, the cerebral palsy, I couldn't finish the whole thing, but I'm going to try really hard to finish it this year. So we'll be doing a lot of cool interviews and updates about the process of raising money. Last year, we raised over $75,000. Our goal is to raise over $100,000 this year. Lined up since 2:30. Wow, that's commitment, bro. I give you a lot of credit for that.
Wow, bobbleheads
Holy
on
cow,
eBay.
that's
Because
much.
I'll be honest, Rick. I was saying to
Wow.
Dan, I don't think I'd line some people lining up since 11 o'clock last night. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just spend the 40-50 bucks on Facebook
That's what I
Marketplace.
was saying.
However,
300 might be
I would
worth
not
lining
spend
up.
$300. I love George Springer. He had a good game
Course.
today, actually, overall. And I think, again, I think that's just the biggest thing for this team. The
But
bats woke up. And also, too, great job by the bullpen today. I mean, Varlin gave them some really good innings. Fisher still yet to allow a run. Tommy Nance had a nice bounce back after he really struggled in the last game he was in that
true.
disaster game against the Dodgers. This is a game for the Jays you're going to feel really good about. You know what? You got multiple doubles. You were just under 50% batting percentage with runners in scoring position. You got everything you needed to get today. And this is what's going to help you win ball games, right? It's not so, I mean, obviously, if you can get like 10 strikeouts a game from your starter, that's phenomenal, but that's not going to happen every game. Some games your starter, you're going to get a similar night to what Corbin gave you. 4 innings, couple strikeouts, couple earned runs, but overall, he played good enough to keep you in this game. And I would argue too, if some of those grounders just go in a slightly different position, Corbin has a shutout first inning, and it's probably 1-0 going into the fifth instead of 4-0.
Great
So
point.
again, I think for his first game in the MLB this season, and remember, he didn't get a training camp. He wasn't with the Jays. He's getting used to a bunch of people he's not used to, a rookie catcher who was never caught for him.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of things were up against him, and I thought he played well. But no, overall, the Jays had a very big game. And Dan, do you know what else is really big for the Blue Jays?
What?
Oh, and yes, absolutely. Congratulations to the catcher hitting his first home run.
Yeah, Brandon from Mexico
Absolutely.
there. Yeah,
Phenomenal job for him getting the first home run. It was nice seeing him too, getting the post-game interview of Hazel May, who also does a phenomenal job.
Oh,
But
season legend.
I don't know if you saw, Dan, but the Yankees
Yankees
lose.
lose.
So mind you, this is due to a divisional opponent, but for the Jays, you know what? You wanted the Yankees to start to slow down. The Yankees have now lost 3 in a row, which if you remember when everyone was panicking, when they were 7-2, I said, look, when the Yankees, they're not going to go 7-2 for every 9 games the whole season. They're going to hit a slump. And now all of a sudden they've hit a little bit of a slump, right? The thing with the New York Yankees is they have never been able to stay consistent. And you look like against the Athletics, they lost 2 out of the 3. And I mean, again, you look at Athletic series, game 1, sure, they hit 5 runs. Game 2, only 2. Game 3, they lost 1-0. right? And then
Yeah.
today 5-3 to the Rays. So you're kind of seeing what happens with the Yankees at times, where all of a sudden they just start to, struggle a little bit.
Well, for sure, and I just want to say quickly, finish my comment there about Snyder. We have so many great comments come in. Thank you, everyone. The $1,000,000 question is if Snyder's in your top 9, who are you taking out? Because Patterson's going to come back when he's healthy, I assume, right?
Right now, no, for me right now, Barger is coming out of my lineup.
Really? Yeah, 20 home runs last year.
And the issue is Schneider is finding a way to get on base. Barger is not.
No,
I get Barger has that game breaker ability, and I don't know if Schneider necessarily has it, but Davis Schneider he gets more walks than almost anyone per batting appearance in the entire league. He's had walks in 3 straight games now. You have to think about that, right? He's a guy that gets free bases. He's a good base runner. The issue used to be his defensive play, but you saw today. I mean, I know we didn't get the guy at second, but that was a laser of a throw from the far corner right to second base. Like,
and it was
you're seeing a lot of drastic improvements from Schneider's game. It used to be before, is it going to be Schneider or Sanchez? But now Addison Barger is that question. Or you hate to say it, does a guy like Yakamoto get some games off to bring Schneider in? Because Schneider can play infield or outfield.
Well, that's my $1,000,000 question. I'm saying once I get right now, but I'm saying if Barger is healthy, are you taking Barger out with Snyder, or are you taking someone else out of the top 9 to have Barger in and Snyder in? That's my $1,000,000 question.
Yeah, I mean, I think too, you'll see this lineup go around a little bit. And just a quick, I'm going to address JP Powers' comment. Yeah, I do think the atmosphere, Rick can attest to it as he was there. It looked like a phenomenal game for the crowd wise. And I mean, hopefully, this team's feeling the love and feeling the excitement about, maybe some of that magic from last year. And man, another one who's not a fan of the ABS system.
Really? Wow. See, I like it. I don't know. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, Funfish, Lane, and Adam at the moment are busy beavers. You know what it is?
Whoa.
Lane and Adam are fighting it out in Adam's basement to figure out who gets their own bathroom.
Well, beavers mean something else, Jacob, but anyway.
Okay, Dan, we're not going to get into that. Okay,
Canada, we love our beavers. The 2 of us, you and I, just the 2 of us. But,
you know what, Funfish, I mean, you can say, fair enough. I mean, it's actually 2 games they've won in a row now. But, I mean, you know what? I mean, until the Jays go on a streak of doing this for 4 or 5 games.
Actually.
Sure.
Funfish's comment here leads me in my first Gasso ass. Let's go.
Ooh.
Gas or ass? If it's dominant win against Minnesota and that last win against the Dodgers, are the Jays winning out the brooms and getting the sweep against the Twins?
I'm in the middle on this because I think they could get a sweep, but I also think you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit. Because, I mean, the Jays did get a lot of runs in that 1 inning, but I do think there was times where the Twins were beating themselves today, like a couple hits into the backfield, right? There was just misplayed by their outfielders. If they clean that up and get better pitching, this could be a different game. But if the Jays get better pitching too, it could be a different game. I'm going to say ass just because I'm going to go with Funfish and say, you know what? It's only 2 games that they've looked back to normal. I think until I start to get really confident in this team, I want to see more. But I do think today and the game against the Dodgers is potentially the turning point early on in the season. Not that I believe there's such thing as must-win games in April. But Funfish mentioned there's only 2 of us. So I had to send my telekinesis to Adam's basement to call in a friend. You've heard of phoning a friend on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We have phoned an analyst panel member at the Analyst Desk, and it's Lane Dashco. Let's go, baby. How's it going, Lane?
Dan, you've been sent down to AAA by. What's going on, Jacob?
Oh, really? Holy cow!
I'm joking.
What did I do?
The room's.
Oh, Lane's mic has turned off for some reason.
Uh-oh. Can't you hear me?
He is back.
Oh.
Key, I
Can you
love
hear
the Moore
me?
brothers. I can, Lane. We hear you
Okay.
now. Never going to complain about just some kickback time with the Moore brothers. Who could? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I was going to say, well, I never got to answer my gas or ass. So
Ooh.
I'm going to say gas. I think they're going to come out and win the series with the Bloom. And the reason why is because they're very strategic with the pitching. And they got the Jeff Hoffman a night off. And that's going to be key as the games get closer. You need a closer coming in for the save. So I think with better pitching, the bats are waking up. I think they're going to go with the Blooms. I'm going to go over 500 at the end of this series. Mr. Daskell, since you're joining us, gas or ass, do you think the Jays are getting out the Blooms and sweeping the Minnesota Twins this series?
Ooh. I'm going to say gas.
Ah, you agree with me.
I'm going to say that, I was listening to you guys on the way home. Tonight was an interesting day, right? It kind of felt like you started watching the game, you're like, oh my God, here we go again with this 4 runs. It's only the first inning. Hell, I need help. But then, like you said, the Jays said they finally got some help from the batting, and this team finally.
Yeah, thank you, Ontario Secret.
I think this is the first game they actually played as it's hard to say. This is really the first game I think in a while they've actually played as a team again. They remembered that's right.
Point.
There's no win in I. Well, there is an I in win, but you know what I mean. They have to be a team.
We don't spell at the analyst desk.
This team has proven, and we talked about this before. This team is the best when they play together, when they are one, when they are all focused on one achievement, one goal, winning the game. Not the individual statistics, not getting your OPS up, not getting your strikeout rate down, just playing, going up there for the next guy. And that's exactly what, for the first time, I think this season, the Jays remembered that's how we win ball games. That's when we're at our best, and that's what they did tonight. Everyone did exactly what they had to do. They went up, they got the hits, the pitching. Everyone played exactly how they had to. It was a good win at the end of the day.
Looks like Key's agreeing with Jacob here and saying ass.
No, look, when I'm saying ass, I think there's a very good chance the Jays will win this series, but it's in the comment section here. And Key, I do get what you're saying. I'm not totally convinced on 2 games yet, although the last 2 games, I think this team has looked much closer to where they were on that magical run. But as Fun Fish is pointing out, and Sam's agreeing, Joe Ryan, almost said Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan would not do very good. Joe Ryan can easily tie this series up. And Sam, welcome back to the desk, is saying Joe Ryan is nasty.
Yeah, he
but
is.
Sam, you're also saying it's disrespectful.
Ooh.
I believe that's to the comment about the Jays not being a playoff team. And I think the Jays are a playoff team.
Maybe about Lane being a wizard.
And Lane, you're a wizard, Harry.
I am.
And Rick, to your comment, I would say about the Superstore apparel in Toronto not having any Argos merch. I mean, not to be whatever, and I'm a CFL fan who loves to talk CFL 12 months of the year. I talk about it 13 months of the year if I could.
Great comment, Wick. We've talked about this.
You're not in CFL territory right now where the merch is going to be in stores at the moment. Like when you go to the Real Sports Store when it's the CFL season, Toronto Argo merch is there. So I think it's more just, I think they should have something. I do agree with you, but the reason why it's not there is because it's just out of season. The new CFL stuff will probably be dropping in about a month.
Now remind me, the Real Sports apparel, that's the one that's in the Air Canada Center, correct? Thank you.
Hey, now you gotta
appreciate it. That was disrespectful.
Kick me now.
Thank you. Appreciate the support.
Jacob has to kick me now.
No. Oh, okay.
So an interesting comment here. 6144. This is officially their start. They're 8% through the season. And yeah,
that's true.
That is something now for the Jays. And since you mentioned we're 1/8 of the way through the season, I want to take a look at the standings, which makes me want to explode. because people were talking, oh, the Jays are way too out, oh, blah, 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 blah. Now, look, the Yankees have lost 3 in a row, and all of a sudden, you're 2.5 games behind the Yankees, only half a game behind the Rays and the Orioles.
Yeah.
So, look, the Jays, luckily, yeah, the
Boston
start
again.
wasn't great, but it's so early in the season, you can easily go on a 5-game winning streak, and now that start is kind of irrelevant, right? So, look, I'm still on Funfish's side that I'm not completely convinced at it just being 2 games. I want to see
Key too
more.
said the same thing.
Pardon?
And Key said the same thing too.
And Key as well. Yes, thank you. And I'm not completely sold that this Raptor team is necessarily. I mean, not this Raptor team. It's comment about the Raptors I just read. So apparently, I'm also mean. Sam, you know what? I'm just kidding. We love you at the desk, but. Yeah, I want to see. Now let's say the Jays do it again tomorrow against Joe Ryan, who is a phenomenal pitcher. Then maybe I'll be having a different conversation when I come back on the desk again to a theater near you. But right now, I want to see more. I just want to see a bigger sample size of this. But if they can, I'm not saying they're going to win games 10-4 every night. But if you could start to see, actually getting guys home when there's runners on base, let's actually get the bases loaded and score some runs on it. Let's continue to see the bullpen pitch well. I'm not saying the bullpen's going to pitch perfect every night, but continue to pitch well. Then we'll be talking. But right now, again, when we're looking at these AL East standings, the Jays are certainly in this fight 100%. It's just, that's why I would say to the other way, I'm kind of in between where Key and Dan is, which is just a beautiful sandwich. And I think the Jays will make the playoffs, but I also don't necessarily think now the Jays are the best team in baseball. They beat the Twins 10-4. But we got to get this. Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Say too, go back to Wick's comment there about the Argo stuff at the Wheel Sports Store. He said, yes, Dan, to my comment, that's the story in the Air Canada Center. I'm really surprised I didn't see anything because I bought for cert at that store, and I was during the off season. I do commute to Toronto almost every day. So I pass through that store over time, and they quite often do have Argo stuff there. So I'm really surprised there was none there today. I just wanted to.
They don't usually for like last month and this month as they're clearing out. They got to clear out a bunch of Leaf stuff now to make room for the Argo stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because the Leafs are dying. Lane, I'll admit it.
The Leafs are dying.
Well, let's get to some more comments here. Raptors
Great comments. Thank you, everyone.
Embarrassed tonight. I didn't see the Raptors game at all tonight.
It was bad. So the
no
Raptors,
OG for the Knicks either. Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah, they were really bad tonight to the Knicks.
Yeah, it is. I do agree, Brandon. I mean, there's been a lot of home games for the Jays, but after this Twin series, they go on a bit of a road trip.
They lost 112-95 today to the Knicks. So that's pretty sad when they're fighting for that last playoff spot and try and avoid the play-in. I think the play-in's pretty cool, by the way.
You got to remember, though, and I know this is more of a Jays focused show today, but I do want to mention this about the Raptors. And Lane, you follow basketball better than Dan and I do, so maybe you can attest to this better.
Hey, what's up?
But I think Raptor fans' expectations got too high when they had that phenomenal start. And last year they only won 30 games last year. They've already won way more than that this year. They weren't even sniffing a play-in spot. This year they're sniffing. They're, potentially are going to make a playoff spot, at least a play-in for sure. Mm-hmm. I think realistically, as a Raptor fan, you have to be happy with the way this season has gone. Lane, would you agree with me, or do you think that the expectation should be higher?
No, I agree with you. I think this is like, I compare it to I mean, not to compare it to hockey, but I feel like it's kind of like the Islanders, right? Like, I feel like they're in similar situations. I mean, they didn't get the number 1 draft pick, but in terms of like turnaround, right? Like you had a season that wasn't so great. Now you're doing good. And everyone's like, oh, they should win the NBA championship again. It's like, okay, slow your roll.
Yeah, you're not that good yet.
Seems okay.
I mean, for 45-36, so it's a pretty good record. It's back at Jacobs' point, considering they
won 30 games last year. So you already have 15 more wins this year than last year. I mean, Brandon Ingram has been the real difference maker this year. That guy's a baller.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's a tank. He's a cool.
Also, DeMar DeRozan's climbing up
last year at the deadline, but now it's starting to make sense.
But remember, guys, the thing we remembered is if you remember the finals, This is something I heard on the radio too. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Raptors are they're toast in the first round final." If Karl Anthony Towns goes down or Jalen Brunson goes down, all of a sudden it's a different series, right? We saw in the NBA Finals what happens when you lose one player. Remember the Pacers lost Tyrese Halliburton. All of a sudden it's a different team, right? So you never know in the NBA. You're one injury, one bad run down the court, sprain your ankle away from having your season go really good to really bad. So you never know what's going to happen. I don't think the Raptors are going to go far in the playoffs, but you don't know until it actually happens and who you're actually up against. So we'll see what happens, right?
And I'm going to say this too for the Raptors, even if they get swept, I would still say this season's a huge success for the Toronto Raptors.
I agree. I was just going to say
you won 30 games last year. You're going to at least make the play-in. You're probably going to make the playoffs. You're going to get it. You're going to potentially get at least 2 playoff home games back in Toronto. Like, I think overall, I mean, if you even at least get 1 playoff win, you got to be absolutely ecstatic if you're a Raptor fan. But let's get back to some more comments, and this is back to the Blue Jays. Ugly start, but it's way too early still. And yeah, Funfish, I would agree with you. The Jays, well, it depends. If you talk about the first 3 games, the start was great. After that, it was terrible, right? But I really do think potentially that win against the Dodgers and the win today could be the turnaround. I'm not saying it is the turnaround yet because you just don't know, but it's way too early in a season to say a team is done. Like, I see Lane is searching for the solution for the Leafs at least, but I think the Jays solution is just to keep trying to play complementary baseball. Sam is saying there were Argos stuff there when him and Dan went. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just because you're in the off season. What's really cool, though, if you go to the Lansdowne Sports Store in Ottawa, which is where the Red Blacks play, they actually sell CFL merch in general. Like, not just Ottawa Red Black merch or like their team merch. And that's the owner group that owns the 67s and the Ottawa Charge as well. Yep. So, I mean, but they do a good job at selling lead-specific merch as well. Back to the Raptors. Last game for the Raptors are the Nets, so enough said. And Raptors got a good future just now. Yeah, Funfish, I would totally agree to that comment.
Totally agree with that comment. Yeah.
I think, you have Brandon Ingram, you got Scotty Barnes, you got RJ Barrett. There's some other good players like Grady Dick in the system. And I don't, if for people who had this expectation, the Raptors were going to be one of the best teams when they started off red hot. I just think the expectations were too high, but don't make the mistake other franchises do and rush the rebuild.
Well, right? I gotta give a huge shout out to Scotty Barnes here, because as you all know, I'm taking a sports and entertainment marketing class with Sam here in the comments, and we were talking about marketing ability for athletes, and people are saying how great of a gentleman Scotty Barnes is. He's really easy to market. He's really friendly guy, really gets involved in the community, and you can see him as he's building. I think he's going to be a great leader to this franchise. I don't know if he's going to be like a Vince Carter type of level player, but he's definitely filling in the shoes of being a great leader to the team. So shout out to him.
I mean, honestly, when you say leader of Toronto Raptors, that you don't say Kyle Lowry right away and you say Vince Carter, just shows me how out of touch you are as a Raptor fan, Dan. No offense.
Well, I don't mean not just leader, but I mean like a franchise player, right?
Well, Kyle Lowry is, and you will never convince me otherwise, is the greatest Raptor in franchise history, and you will never convince me that it was Vince Carter, because Kyle Lowry did something that Vince Carter couldn't do. He cared in the playoffs. But at the end of the day, here we go. Another comment from Funfish. Raps are that shocking playoff team, in my opinion. Ball in the barrel, so you never know. Yeah, again, you don't know, right? But I actually think the Raptors are on the right process. And I think Lane wants to show us a guy that is a younger guy in the NBA, but is really starting to take the league by storm. Is that correct, Lane?
That is right. And, back when he was drafted, this guy was so excited because he was drafted in the same year as Connor Bedard, and we heard so many things about how it was the first year that you're getting a generational basketball player and a generational hockey player. And this guy, finally starting to break out. I think in his here, I believe in his 3rd year now, it's really getting going. I'm really excited to see him get his first playoffs in his career here. You look at this guy's stats, like just all around his 3rd year here. He obviously had that bad, that unfortunate second year with that injury, but like you look how he's bounced back, like 24 points, like 25 points a game, hitting the 2% for free throws, getting free throws. He's got a huge 3 blocks a game, like 11 rebounds a game. I love this guy. I'm so excited to see him finally make the playoffs as the Spurs. I think this team's going to be very dangerous because I feel like when Benyea is finally here, it's going to be exciting to watch.
And no, he's not related to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those are both very long names that I love saying. Antetokounmpo and Wembanyama. But no, they are not related. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama, it's going to be exciting to see him in
I love how Jacob and Lane just say these names roll off the tongue like Bob Smith. Like you could tell
because we're so smart. But I want to ask you boys now. So the Jays obviously are still facing the Twins. They're facing the Twins tomorrow. Eric Lauer versus Joe Ryan. How are you guys feeling about this pitching matchup? Lane, I want to start with you.
There's no denying that the Twins have the advantage there for sure. Eric 100%. Lauer is pretty good, but again, you still don't know what you're going to get. Like he's consistent, but you don't know when you're going to get. Joe Ryan is obviously a veteran in the league, going to get a lot of strikeouts, so it's probably going to be a very hard day up there for the Jays offense to get things going because Joe Ryan just goes out there and just eats K's like it's a bowl of cereal. Eric Lauer's really going to have to bring his stuff. So we're going to see. That's going to be the toughest game for this sweep. If you do want to get the sweep, though, for sure, it's going to be hard.
We're not sponsored by Special K cereal, but we could be. But yeah, Joe Ryan there for the Minnesota Twins is a veteran. I would say like a franchise caliber pitcher. He's prime in his career, very good guy. Lauer is just your consistent, great pitcher. Like, I don't want to say mediocre. It's better than mediocre, but he's just a consistent starting guy. He's not an ace pitcher by any means, but he's going to give you a good old start. But the thing with the Jays, when they made it to World Series last year, right, they didn't just win the easy games. They won tough, masked up games like this one as well. So I think, to so many points about like being early in the season and having a lot of home games and stuff, besides the LA Dodgers, they haven't had like major competition yet this year, like major difficulty level. I think this game could be one of those games. It's gonna be a really test of this young season Jay. So let's see if we can pull it off. I'm excited.
How's it going, Adam, from the associate desk? Who is you know what he's doing? I was saying you Adam and Lane earlier, you must have been fighting for who gets the private bathroom because you're still in the basement.
Is that Adam?
And very weird that there were 0 games in the NHL today. I do agree.
I know. I went and do my Tim's picks and there was none. I'm like, what? I thought it was a glitch in the app.
That's just because Gary Bettman doesn't know what he's doing.
The only thing, though, and I do want to come back to and talk about Mr. Joe Ryan. And he is a great pitcher. I'm not gonna, so don't think that I'm gonna say that he's not, because he is.
Strikeouts in 3 games. That's insane.
Yeah.
No, he's very, 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 very good. But and there is a but here that is almost as nice as mine. And you are still seeing a guy that's had a little inconsistency to start the year at times. Like he does have a 4.39 ERA as well when you're looking there. So it's not like this guy has been completely unhittable. Like, yeah, the 17 strikeouts, that's very impressive over 3 games. I have to agree. But all I'm getting at is this isn't a guy that you literally like that you're not going to be able to get any hits off of. Right. And I think the Jays did just come off a really good game from their bats. Joe Ryan's a phenomenal pitcher. And it's so early. The ERA statistic is really hard to read. But it's just when you look at his stats there, it's not like he's absolutely unhittable so far to start the year.
Adam.
Welcome back to the desk, Anthony.
Welcome back.
Who would you guys rather have a trade during the deadline?
Sandy, 100%. Sandy
Oh,
Alcantara, 100%.
see, I'm going to say Joe Wyan here. Like, you look at, no disrespect to your answer, Lane, but you look at
All the disrespect.
how big of an impact the leadership of Max Scherzer has done in this team, and you look at Jeff Hoffman being an inexperienced closer, and you look at going a big World Series moments and more playoff games. I'd rather have the veteranness of Joe Wyan, because I think the Blue Jays have enough offensive weapons that they can give up a little bit in pitching to get some leadership. So I would say Joe Wyan.
You know what's funny? Joe, Dan,
Sam agreeing with me here.
Sandy's been in the league longer than Joe Ryan.
Really?
Yeah, 2017 to 2021. I love
My
Sandy.
bad. I did not know that.
If you look at his stats, man, like he's another guy. I think he's 2-0 this year. He's only given up 1 run. He's got more strikeouts. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think this guy's very underrated because of the team he plays on. So I love Sandy Alcantara.
I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know enough about Sandy to really make a comment. I mean, and I'm not going to pretend I know things that I don't, right?
Adam is skateboarding.
Skateboarding to lemonade stand for grapes. I don't think Adam skateboards.
Why would he go lemonade stand for grapes? I want to know that.
Yeah, Sandy has won a Cy Young Pitcher Award.
He has.
Joe Ryan, 17 strikeouts to 5 walks so far. Again, I'm not saying. Yeah, I mean, you know, but I will say though, the only thing I will say is I do believe these guys maybe match up a little tighter than what everyone's saying. That's all.
So let's look here. Let's look here.
Great question, Anthony.
Oh, well, we got this up. I punched this up here. So these are Sandy stats. Okay, so he's got 54.
Sandy is more consistent over a long period of time. You also had the Cy Young Award, and he's pitched playoff games when Joe. That's very true as well. Okay, that's interesting.
You look at
Sorry, Lane, go ahead.
No problem. I'm just looking here. You look at his record, 54 and 67. Now, mind you, he plays on a really bad team. Career ERA, 3 ERA. You look at his strikeouts. He's got 949 walks. He has, where's BB? 334. His ERA over his career is 358. Pretty good. We compare that to Joe Ryan now. Push this up here. His ERA is 380, so a bit of a better ERA. Obviously, Joe Ryan has a better record, but Joe Ryan's obviously playing on a better team. Strikeouts a little bit, definitely a lot more at 736. And I believe the walks is 153. I can't remember what Sandy's was for walks. Was 330.
2 very comparable pitchers, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's a very good question because I could see for Jays going for a veteran pitcher at trade deadline. I called it last year. I called it this offseason. I'm going to call it again this year because I don't think it's happened yet. I think it's great to get Yokomoto. I like him so far. Nice average hitter. Same with oh my goodness.
Jesus Sanchez.
Thank you, Sanchez. Yeah, same with Sanchez there. He's another great base hitter. I love Joel Springer. He's starting to get a little bit older. I think the Jays need a deep home run hitter at the trade deadline.
When in doubt, get pitching.
That has 40 home runs a year.
And no disrespect, guys. I think you're jumping ahead saying the Jays are definitely going to be buyers at the deadline. You literally have no idea.
What?
It's still too early in the season. You don't, for all we know, what we saw tonight was the blurb, and what we've seen in the first beginning of the season is what this team is. I don't think that's the case, but maybe it's just me being a crusty Leaf fan right now. But I want to see I agree with Fun Fish what he said earlier, that it's kind of just one game. It's too early to really make these projections on the sample size. But I do want to compare Lawler to Ryan head to head this year, and the strikeouts are a little harder to tell just because Lawler did only play in 2/3 of an inning in his second start. But I mean, you are looking, the ERA is comparable. I mean, Joe Ryan can certainly do a lot more at the plate, but also I don't think you want to sleep on Eric Lawler either. He's got 9 strikeouts and a 4.91 ERA versus Joe Ryan, who's got a 4.39 ERA, but 17 strikeouts. Remember, Lawler had, I believe all those strikeouts for him came in his first start of the year. So he is pitching really well this year, and I think he has carried that momentum, as crazy as this might sound, from that insane extra innings World Series game where he pitched really well. Joe Ryan is definitely the better pitcher out of the two, but I'm just saying maybe don't sleep on Eric Lawler too much. He is a solid pitcher that can make some really good pitches, but we have to get to some more comments
Thank you, everyone.
here. Key, I'm a bit younger than you guys, only by like 2 years. When a duck walked up to the lemonade stand, he wanted grapes. Adam is a duck. Got it. That's what I took
He
from
waddled
that.
away, waddle, to the very next day.
Sam is saying he loves the Marlins this year. Liam Hicks, Toronto, and Owen Casey from Burlington are probably the two best Canadian bats in the MLB, and they're young. Anthony, to answer your question, Burlington is near Hamilton, which is all part of the greater Toronto-Hamilton area.
That's right.
Just so you're
Great
wondering.
point, Sam. Yeah, it's really exciting to see Canadian baseball going.
Fun fish. Yankees now, I am not surprised whatsoever. I called it from the beginning of the year. The Yankees are a streaky team. They'll win 7 in a row, then they'll lose 5 in a row. Then they'll win 8 in a row, then they'll lose 4 in a row. Like, they're a team that under Boone has never been able to have consistency.
I'm shocked that Boone still has a job.
Me too.
I really am.
So are you guys? So Lane, actually, let's go to you here. 7-2 start, now 8-5. Are you surprised, or are you kind of where you kind of get where I'm coming from on the Yankees?
I know where you're coming from, right? Like, they didn't drastically improve from last year, right? They pretty much brought the same lineup back. Was like, let's run it back. So, and I get what you're saying, because it's all this team goes under Aaron Judge, right? Depends on what Aaron Judge is doing. If he's hitting, 3 or 4 nukes a night, yeah, they're going to win. But if he only goes up there and gets 1 or 2 hits a night and doesn't really get a home run, what are they going to do? That's been the story of the Yankees, right? It's unlike the Jays, where the Jays kind of play the team. I feel like the Yankees really go under what Aaron Judge is doing.
Great point.
Loving the dramatic zoom in on Lane there as he's getting more serious. It's like, but yeah, Dan,
pay attention to me?
What's your thoughts though, Dan, on this? Like, do you feel what Lane and I are saying, or did you think the Yankees were maybe gonna start to maybe figure it out and actually get some consistency? Still super early in the season, but
no. Do I look at patterns in recent history years, like with this whole Boone era, Judge era? If they all start really hot, then they kind of die down, then the mediocre in the middle, and then they're really hot in the end. So that's the pattern I see the Yankees doing again. So no, I'm not surprised.
But I see we have a couple gas or asses in the comments.
So great comments coming in. Thank you. Everyone will catch up to them.
Let's get to a gas or ass from Anthony. Gas or ass? Sandy receives and wins the #1 pitching award in the, I believe you mean in the MLB, but that's okay, and wins 20 games and 215 innings and 115 strikeouts.
Just say ass, but I can see what you're saying.
Oh boy.
You know what? I'm going to say gas just because, Anthony, I trust that you're a very smart individual. And like I said, I don't know him well enough, but I'm hoping if I say gas, then Dan will buy me gas.
Well, I ain't buying you gas, bro. Not $1.65 a liter, but I got.
Hey, I need that premium, homie. That's like $1.90.
That too. Yeah, we need premium, bro. But I gotta say gas just based on those numbers. Like, those numbers are unreal. So yeah, if he can keep consistent with those numbers, I'm gonna say gas.
Now let's get to another gas or ass in the comments from Fun Fish. Gas or ass? Will Vladdy get 30 plus home runs this year? He is saying ass. I'm going to say gas. I think Vladdy, the ball's been coming off his bat with good velocity. He's going to get going. So I'm going to say gas on that one.
I'm going to say ass.
Blaine, when you say ass, are you going to get close to 30?
Yeah, I think he'll get like 28, 29, but
okay.
I think for to have 30, you got to have a really hot start. Maybe I'm wrong, I feel like you got to get off to a good start because it's hard. Like it is hard to get home runs. Like unless your name's Shohei Ohtani or Aaron Judge, who just seem to hit them every game. But I feel like if you want to get 30, you got to get to a hot start. And the fact that I think Vladdy only has one so far.
One.
I'm going to say I think he'll get close, but I don't think he'll get 30.
I will say, too, Vladdy gets walked a lot, too. Pitchers are legitimately, after what they saw in the playoffs, they're afraid to pitch to him. What do you think, Dan?
Well, I'm disagreeing with both you guys. I'm saying gas. He
said
is going to hit
gas.
30 home runs.
I said gas.
Oh, I meant Lane. Sorry.
Dan, you're fired.
He is going to hit 30 home runs this year. And not just 30. He's hitting 40, Blow. 40. He's hitting 40.
Wow. Ryan is a 1-2 punch where Lawler's big question mark going back to the pitching matchup head-to-head for Saturday night or afternoon. Sorry. And yeah, Funfish, I would actually agree to that. Lawler is a bit of a question mark, but I'm maybe it's a little recency bias, but I think from what he did in the playoffs and what he did in his first start of the year, I thought he looked really good. So I'm excited to see what he does. Liam Hicks played for the Guelph Royals of the CBL, formerly the IBL, which I still always call it the IBL, Sam.
Oh, sick. I didn't know that.
In the comments, which is very good.
Yeah, Sam actually works for that league with the Barry Baycats. So shout out to him and the Barry
Baycats. We've ran the bumper quite a bit, but let's just go to another gas or ass here. Will Aaron Boone be the New York Yankee by the end of the year? I'm gonna say gas he will, because I think if the Yankees were going to fire him, they would have fired him after last year. So I think they're going to give him another full season for some strange reason. What do you think, Dan?
I'm saying ass. I think he is going to get fired. I am shocked that he still has a job, and I don't understand why. I mean, made it to the World Series and you lose. I get the Jays made a World Series. Anybody lost, we think John Snyder's a hero. But the difference is you have Aaron Judge and the Yankees being the mecca of baseball. We expected them to win the World Series many times ago, and they only got fair once if they lost. And not just lose, they lost, embarrassing loss.
Yeah, they got destroyed.
You know, EC Jays made a Game 7. So I'm going to say...
One of the best World Series I've watched in recent memory.
Boone's got to get fired, and I think it's a possibility he's going to get fired before Canada Day, before July 4 weekend.
Sam's on my side. Gas. You'll be the manager at the end. Lane, what do you think? Gas or ass?
You have to tie it up here. I think ass. I think he might get fired because I don't think the Yankees are going to win the World Series, and I think they're kind of in that World Series or bust mode right now. And I think if they fail again, they're going to have to make some changes. They're not going to change the roster. They're going to do what other teams do and change the managers. So I'm going to say ass.
Adam, coming back to the Yankees hot start. No, the Yankees were always going to come down from their hot start. I agree with you, Adam, personally. I didn't expect the Yankees to continue to go 7-2 every 9. The Yankees have always been a hot and cold team under Boone. And Anthony is clarifying his gas or ass question. If he gets traded to a contender, he's already starting well at the Mariners. Okay, that's interesting. If he gets traded, then yeah, I think that gas becomes more. I think that
we didn't think of that. That's a great point, Anthony. Yeah,
I said gas either way because I don't know him well enough. And Anthony, I trust you. I trust you with my life. Anthony. I trust Anthony to find me Lucky Charms. When
I know Anthony's a smart guy because he's here on the decks with us.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Holy cow.
$1.82 in Brockville. $1.82 a liter.
Shout out to the Train Museum in Brockville. We all love trains. I'm a big fan of trains, as some of you must know. They have a train museum in Brockville, I believe.
I like trains.
Literally. Da, 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 da.
Thankfully, I was only there for a few. Oh, that's good.
Oh, good.
King Vladdy. Sam saying 35 home runs for Vlad.
Oh,
so that's on that question.
Gas.
He is saying ass 23. 23 is not unrealistic.
No, it's not. I could see it, but
Lawler. Well, that's very cool, Sam. That Lawler signed.
Wow, that's sick.
He's trying to call him Kenny Lawler. I want football back.
I know.
I'm like Billy Ray Cyrus about his mullet. I want CFL football back. I tried watching the UFL. It didn't do it for me.
No.
Going through withdrawals.
Yeah, literally.
Look at my hair. Look at this.
But
See,
Jake, at
I'm
least
now
you're not
with
losing your
balls.
hair. At least you're not losing your hair.
It wasn't the fix you needed, Jacob.
No. Dan,
Yes.
PS5 controller will be the manager of the Yankee boot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why Aaron Boone hasn't been fired? He's a yes man for. Yeah, I do agree with you
Oh,
there.
that's a
Anthony.
good
I think
point.
that is why.
That's a great
And
point,
Sam
Anthony.
also agrees with you.
Yeah. Great point, Anthony.
Who's the Twins
Smith
manager?
Falls, but yes, yeah, Dan. This train.
Oh, I'm
museum's in
sorry.
Smith
Yes,
Falls.
I'm
You're
thinking of
thinking
Smith
of
Falls.
the Dan. You're thinking of the train track tunnel that's underneath the city of Brockville.
Oh, that's right. But I know Smith Falls has train museum, and that tunnel of Brockville is really cool too. I'm very sorry, but I got the two cities mixed up.
Did you guys know? I forgot that he was a former J.
Who's the manager there?
You.
Derek Shelton?
Sam
Never-
knew.
I
He didn't
know
play
that.
for the Jays.
Hey, somebody agree. Thank you. The train museum. Actually, we're talking about transportation stuff. Another great museum is in Rockwood on the west side of Toronto. They have a streetcar museum just outside of Guelph where you can actually ride for streetcars. And it's an incredible museum. So definitely check that out. It's called the Streetcar Museum.
Dan,
And
I'm
if you
sorry,
guys
but people
love
are.
talking about planes, trains, and automobiles, maybe we got something coming on the podcast soon. So
He
keep
was a
your ears
coach
open
for
for
the
that.
Jays in 2017. We never played.
Oh, Derek Snowden. Huh.
We never played for the Jays, though.
Yeah, they're not even close.
No.
So Brockville is closer if you were going outwards towards Quebec
Correct.
that way, or Ottawa, where Burlington is more if you're going to Niagara Falls. So like
Yeah,
Buffalo, if you're
Buffalo.
comparing it to the
And then-
state.
Detroit is close to Windsor.
Windsor, which JP Power from Windsor would know.
That's right. 100%.
Yeah,
Geography lesson.
very far. Yeah, like 7
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
JP Power saying you could do it in 3.
Yeah, I was going to say,
And
you
know,
can cut it
listen,
down.
Sam, not quite 7 hours, unless
Coach, we
maybe
didn't-
you're taking the.
No trade.
But when you drive, now the only problem is with this one, it can take 3+ hours just to get through Toronto. So it depends on the time of day. Sam's like 8 hours. Good Lord, Sam.
Yeah, I guess it's like, what? If you take the train in Toronto and Montreal, it's like 6 hours.
Take the midnight train
What?
going
Speaking of trains,
anywhere.
There's a North line going from Toronto all the way up to Cochrane in Northern Ontario. So you can actually ride a 16-hour train ride in Northern Ontario starting soon. That's pretty
Dan, why do you
sick.
want to go to Cochrane so badly?
I don't. I mean, I just think it's a cool
It's
fact. that
bloody
it's
cold
connecting-
there. They still have like 20 centimeters of snow.
No, I don't want to go over at all. I'm just saying I think it's
I have
very
friends
cool
up there. It's cold.
that
There's a lot
they're
of snow. It's a
connecting
great people up
Northern
there.
Ontario with Southern Ontario.
Took me an hour from Burlington to Union today by train.
It always
Okay.
takes more.
Ontario Northern is 8 hours, Dan.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
I've been on that train. It used to run.
That's true. That's right.
Hamilton
quicker than I thought.
isn't that far from Detroit. Brockville, good clip on the 401 east end of the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Depends how many
Right too, because we can
depends how
bomb
many
free from
you
Hamilton
see on the highway.
to get to the 401 to take it straight back to Detroit. So very true.
Rangers up 3-1 over the Dodgers in the fourth. That's interesting.
Ooh.
The game I was more waiting to see is how some of these other games have affected the Jays standings in the MLB. So let's take a look at some of these games that matter to the Jays.
Yes.
And you had the Red Sox losing to the Cardinals today, so that helps the Jays, and the Orioles losing to the Giants.
Whoa.
So actually, those standings we
Those
looked
are
at
looking better
earlier
so
were
far.
not have now changed. So when we take a look, the Jays are now tied for second in the division with a record of 6-7,
Yes,
which
right.
is the same as the Rays and the Orioles. Well, the Boston Red Sox have fallen to 4-9.
Yeah, what happened
The
to
Red
the
Sox
Reds?
are really struggling. Fun
Lost.
fact: the Jays are decent at home, 6-4 at home.
Yeah.
Yet to win a game on the road.
Out.
So let's see how this goes. But yeah, I mean, the AL East is getting very, very tight, especially if funny enough for the Rays, if they can win that series, if the Rays have a chance of actually tying the Yankees in that series.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting interesting here in the AL East, but for some reason, everyone just wants to talk about trains today.
Let's go.
Let's get to some more
Names
comments.
like what's going
here.
on the trades.
No,
Did you guys know there's a train that takes you all over Canada? Yes, there is.
Yes, the Great Canadian, the Via
And
Rail
actually, if
train.
you're ever up in Sault Ste. Marie, don't know why you would be, but if you are, you can take a really cool train tour and you get to see the Montreal River and then you can get to walk through these really cool caves. Highly recommend you do that in the fall. Absolutely gorgeous up there. Back to some sports. The Red Sox have been asked this year. And yeah, I think the Red Sox, you have to be disappointed with your start. But the crazy thing is they haven't been good, yet they're 4 points back of the Yankees. Like the AL East is still wide open spaces right now, right? Like, I mean, with like the Rays, Orioles, and Red Sox losing and the Jays winning, all of a sudden the Jays are tied for second, only 2 points behind the Yankees. Or 2 games, sorry, which would be like 4 points in hockey. So you're certainly getting there. But we have another geography question. One of the relief pitcher for the Mariners, Zach Pappas from Brampton. Where is that? Brampton is in the greater Toronto area. So for someone who isn't from the area, Brampton's basically Toronto. Like it's not, but like it's the GTA.
Just northwest of Mississauga, not Kanye West's daughter, but just northwest of Toronto.
Via rail, yep. Toronto to Vancouver.
Not to go to Montreal, Vancouver, I believe, but yeah.
Mariners starting 4-9 is a massive upset.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? I guess while we're here, yeah, here we go. Brampton is about 45 minutes northwest of Toronto.
Yep.
Yeah. Explain how today it's $30,000 for a weekday, but then $30, sorry, for a weekday. You need to get almost a battle pass, but that's Fortnite. You need a Presto pass for Hamilton Sports Central. Save some money there.
That or bring a friend. You can do the weekday pass with a friend for $30, and you can split it $15 each way.
Do what? I don't get how you get the $30. I have the what do you call it?
Presto.
Yeah, Presto pass. It doesn't cost me $30 to get there and back. It's like $20, isn't it?
Speaking of train tickets, if you get the free Legions of Ontario membership, you get 25% off Via for 2026.
Whoa, I didn't know that. That's sick. Hey, that's good to know, Jacob. If we go to well, we won't qualify for it, obviously. But if we did, that would be good to know if we were going to the Ottawa or the Montreal football games.
I do want to say, too, let's make sure you support your local Legions. They do a lot of great things for our war veterans. So always support your local Legion. And you'll be able to hear some great Legion stories if you ever go to a Legion bar. But we got to get to some more comments here.
Sure.
I saw them play a couple of good innings and watch them get swarmed into a cloud of smoke and haven't seen them since the Red Sox. Yeah, the Red Sox have really struggled to start the year.
Roman Anthony.
Bo is still garbage.
That's
for the
Mets.
Absolutely.
That's
Hamilton Sports Sam saying yes, and I love it. You're such a no, I love it. You can't hit a ball, Bo garbage. You can't catch with your glove.
Look at Jacob of the moves and the tunes.
Anyways.
He's starting to get it going a little bit. No home runs it. But...
Out.
I mean, it's not great, but...
Yeah, you definitely should. Sam, let your brother know that tip from
Sam Glover is a train expert.
Gas or ass? Is Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark better? I'm going to go Goosebumps for me, Fun Fish.
Oh, boy. And Sam's a train expert, too, of course.
Dan, are you going Goosebumps or Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, gosh. Okay. I wasn't.
Too scared.
Yeah, technically, I did grow up with these shows. Being an 80s kid, I can't believe I'm saying that, but anyway, I grew up in the 90s. Even though I grew up with these shows, I was more of a sports and automotive guy, so I didn't watch them religiously. I know. I'm going to say, Gas or Goosebumps for me. That's the one I remember.
Lane?
Pass. I don't remember these shows together.
You don't remember
Lane,
any of
agree
them.
Lane, then you got to agree with me because I'm smarter than Dan. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I watched these shows like once, and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
$26 there and back. Yeah, if you don't have,
Okay.
I mean, it's also cheaper if you're a student as well. For anyone, if we have any of our viewers who are students,
Yeah, 40% off if you're a student. That helps.
Key is saying, "Are you afraid of the dark?" Hands down.
Oh,
Key, I'm not
interesting.
afraid of the
Okay.
dark. I don't need no
Jacob
nightlight.
said too.
No, I said Goosebumps, Dan.
I said Goosebumps too. Okay.
I support the Legion as it is, but very good deal for those who travel via rail. Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
And obviously, it's great to always support the Legion.
Good on you supporting Legion. Same whenever I'm at a sporting event, I see a veteran, I also stop and shake hands and say thank you to them. I mean, we wouldn't have this country if it wasn't for them, right? They fight for us, and we'll give them a lot of credit for
So
that.
Fun Fish, I was actually referencing a song by Little Pump and Kanye West.
That's right, yeah.
Not quite a
Jacob
country
can
song,
rap,
but
Jacob's got the freestyles going. J-Mo!
Dan knows trains are awesome.
That's right. I love them.
Ha ha! 8 weeks until Ticats home opener versus Owls. I mean, Analyst Desk road trip.
Yes.
I got 8 weeks to think of trips for Davis Alexander.
Yeah, welcome Shades. Back
Shades,
to the
always happy to see ya.
Maybe my trip will be you can't do it. I mean, Ticats can't do it either, but
Lane trolled my gas ass.
don't know the show. That's too many.
Yeah, I didn't troll it on purpose.
Trains!
I love trades. I love trades. Do.
Because it's the one that I have, Funfish. If you want to go out, record me a new train sound effect and send it to me, I will play it.
We gotta see it. Yeah. I don't
Dan,
like
we're
the dark.
there, buddy. Dan, if he thinks I missed a comment, we'll find Adam's basement and beat Lane up.
What do you mean?
Because he can't beat me up.
That's true, I can't.
I don't think he can beat you up either, though, Lane.
Probably not.
Not much of a fighter. I'm a hugger.
Dan has followed me to the train yard.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Oh my gosh, we're getting so
back in the day.
Been listening, by the way. He knows all about the basement battles. Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
Here we go. I rode the Disney train when I was like 6. Okay.
Well, cool.
Dan and I rode Thomas as young adults, and I don't.
Oh, that was amazing. Thomas the Tank Engine, Andy and Clarabelle and St. Thomas. One of my best moments.
Funfish is in the dark.
Oh.
But since we were talking standings,
JT Power said something about the dark too.
MLB.
My bedroom's in the basement, so it's dark. Yeah, know that feeling.
You know what, bud? They make these things called lamps, and they do one.
You can even clap, and it turns on and off.
Bro, Thomas the Tank Engine in St. Thomas is great. It is.
Yes, thank you. It's amazing.
So, are we excited for the Sen sniffing? Hey, you know what? I think the Ottawa Senators, they might be making the
show in the dark.
Oh, look at Lane in the dark.
I live in the shadows.
Oh my gosh, that's creepy.
I'm not afraid of anything. Ghost.
Clapping lamp
boys.
All right, we got another gas or ass here. Domino's or Papa John's? Papa John's.
Ooh.
Papa John's, hands down.
Oh, Papa John's, 100%.
They even got the Papa tracker.
Okay, I gotta say, if Domino's is done right, Domino's is some of the best pizza if it's done right, but it's not very often you get a good one lately.
That's true.
Yeah, remember Domino's? Remember, Lane, when we had Toonie Tuesdays in school and we had Domino's pizza?
I know. I had Mount Royal's pizza.
Oh, okay. Well, for us, it was Domino's and Toonie Tuesday, and that was the best Domino pizza back in the day.
So, I don't know if you guys have noticed with Domino's. I used to like it, but they changed their sauce now, and it's like...
I agree with you, JP.
It's like they decided to...
Get a commercial pizza.
Instead of putting tomato sauce, they put on... It seems like they put a bottle of sriracha sauce on it. It's like, okay.
In the chat.
100. Met so many funny people at Domino's. But I gotta get JP Power here. And you gotta go with like a local pizza joint.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
if you're ever up in Sault Ste. Marie, don't know why you would be. But if you are, Fratelli's Pizza is where it's at.
Oh,
Get yourself like a real Italian pizza.
Oh, like Francisco has joined us in the comments a few times.
Oh,
he has amazing
phenomenal.
pizzeria in Barrie, Ontario. They're up in Barrie. But Sam's up in Barrie, so I'll get some pizza from him.
Oh my gosh, we're getting so many comments here.
Boom.
Thank you for all the comments. This is fantastic.
Thank you for all the comments. I agree with you here. Domino's is okay. I think it's consistently meh.
Yeah. Good call.
Dan, do you remember the Blondie Brownie?
I was just going to say that. So Trevor and I were working at the auto show, like Shades and I, and we ordered a Domino's pizza on King Street in the middle of the night. And these two girls just started talking to us buying brownies. So we just started talking back and we exchanged Instagrams. And we're like, okay, cool.
These girls brought us some brownies. And then when I got home, I saw flowers in my room.
No, well, they were pretty hot.
Anyways,
I was thinking a joke about weed.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Anyways, yeah, here we go. We're gonna have 8 people in the section of Tie Cat home opener. Me and Lane surrounded by Arco fans. But wait, Dan, that means Rick, Amateur Sports Central, and Lane can finally have the ultimate showdown to see who Dan's favorite Tie Cat fan is.
It's not me.
Oh.
This is why I sit in the dark.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh,
Into a darkness with Dasco.
You again. This is what it's like being a Leafs fan every day of my life. I just sit here and think about Austin Matthews.
Hops in Toronto where they have the TVs, and I have not been there.
Oh, that sounds cool. I want to see that. I haven't seen that either. The light and mic.
Domino's is the best for me. I feel Dan would enjoy the Furry in Kingston. Cool little day trip to Wolf Island. More deer than people and some rich history. Well, there you go, Dan.
Oh, that sounds sweet.
Oh my gosh.
I have been to Kingston a few times. I don't think Jacob's a fan of Kingston, but I really like Kingston. The old Fort Henry, the old City Hall.
I have nothing against Kingston.
And the best shop with die-cast cars, by the way, is in Kingston. What happened to Lane? We broke Lane, everyone. But yeah, if you want to buy a die-cast car, Kingston's the best place to do that. I forget the name of that.
Toronto definitely would have great local Italian pizza joints. Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that was a great comment.
Yeah, the diecast shop is legendary in Kingston.
Thank you. That place is amazing.
Don't spend half your paycheck. Yeah,
really. I can easily spend a few grand at that place in like a couple hours.
What place?
Diecast Cars Lane.
Oh, I don't know about that place, but you're probably right. I don't
know. If you're a car guy, you can easily spend like $3,000 an afternoon.
Did they buy an air freshener there?
Probably.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I have not seen this video here to Sports Central, but put it in the comment section. We'll definitely check it out at a later date.
I apologize. I've been so busy this week, being kind of behind on life, so I'm starting to catch up. That's why I haven't been on the last few episodes. Love the comments coming in. Thank you so much, everyone. It's amazing.
Literally all diecast collectible quality ones. I'd call it a hobby shop. I think it is called the hobby shop. That sounds right.
Yeah, because the quality of cars are insane there. Like literally have thousands of diecast cars. Like it's insane.
But for anyone who's new to this show, this is kind of what we do. We also just have a lot of we do talk sports, but then we also just have great conversations with the great community at the Analyst Desk.
Adam,
I've had 56 more assignments, dude. 56. That's a lot of assignments.
It is a lot.
Adam,
that's a lot of damage.
Adam, if you're still watching, can your dad pay the power bill so I can put the lights back on?
I grew up in Kingston, finally got out of there and loved it out west where I can go into a cave and never get out.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, a lot of people that go out. I love Vancouver.
look.
People that go out west, we never come back.
Oh, that's actually. You know what, Rick? What I'm going to do? I'm gonna bring the photo into our live stream if it'll load in, which it should, and then.
There's a train in my house. I don't know where I am.
Took the midnight train going anywhere.
Oh, that's sick.
That is so cool.
That's so cool. I want to check out this place now.
Where is this?
Toronto.
That is cool.
You know what else is cool though, and is in Toronto? One of our sponsors of the Analyst Desk, me in Toronto. Now, me in Toronto is a absolutely phenomenal page. If you are looking for content about Toronto and the surrounding area, they talk about the hidden gems of the city, latest hotspots. They go on to different events. They're also going to be starting some new content. I don't want to spoil it yet, but they have some really interesting content. I'm just going to say this is going to involve some incredible people in the community of the GTHA. So make sure you give them a follow as well and let them know you came from the Analyst Desk, where every day feels like game day. And again, one of our main sponsors of the channel is Me in Toronto. Phenomenal page.
Let's go.
We have some more comments to get to. Was that TV screen on the ground? Yes, it was.
It was, yes.
Another train.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'll just watch the snowy mountains every day. You know what? Like what Dan said, some people move out west or out east and they just absolutely love it.
They never come back.
And they never come back. I mean, one thing too, the cost of living is a hell of a lot cheaper, so your money lasts a lot longer than it does here in Ontario.
But milk's a lot more money.
And Dan does drink a lot of milk.
I do.
But I wanted to go over, since we were talking earlier about a bunch of different MLB teams, I thought it'd be kind of nice to go over the standings and just kind of see where we're at across the league. So I'm going to make this bigger. Don't you worry.
Yeah, my eyes are good. I can't see that. There we go.
So again, in the American League,
make it bigger. There you go.
That's big enough. American League, the Yankees are currently leading. However, the Orioles, Rays, and Jays are all starting to catch up. Jays, especially if they can continue some good play at home, they just got to find a way to get better on the road. The American League Central, this is where it's interesting. So, if the Twins lost today, they fall to one game behind the Guardians. However, I mean, you look, this is another really close division where the White Sox getting the shocking sweep over the Jays. I mean, all of a sudden the White Sox are in a position that you wouldn't expect, and they're only 3 games behind. You got the Twins 7-7, Royals 6-8. Tigers, I think, are having a bit of a disappointing start. Maybe you guys don't agree with me. I thought the Tigers would have been a little bit better than they've been to start the year.
Yeah, I thought it would be a little bit better too, to be honest. Even last year, they weren't that bad. They made the playoffs. They made the second round. I mean, sorry, the first round, I guess. It was the Seattle beat of them, but it was a cool series. In Detroit, I thought it'd be better. It's just the fact that Detroit, the city, unfortunately, the economy is really struggling. And where the stadium is downtown, they don't sell too many seats, unfortunately. But the actual team was good on paper last year, so I'm surprised if they're as bad as they are.
Now we go to the American League West. Lane, is there anyone that's surprising you in the American League West, or you kind of figured this is what it'd be, a really tight division after an 8th of the season?
I will say one thing. Man, the Mariners have fallen off a track. Wow.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, is that crazy?
You know, you have to wonder. I remember we talked about it with that fight between Randy Rosarena and Cal Raleigh, and the manager was like, it's okay. Maybe it wasn't okay because
good point. Yeah, good point.
We have a comment. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, this isn't looking. The Mariners are really, really struggling. But I mean, it's anyone else's game here. Realistically, the Rangers are leading it, but the Angels and I think the Athletics, since getting swept by the Blue Jays, have found a way to actually really get going. Right? They got swept, but now they've won six of their last like 11-ish. So they're starting to look. Sorry, Lane.
they're not a bad team at all. Like that.
No.
Mm.
They're really young, I'm very curious to see how these bats do to continue the year. And they're a fun team to watch. I actually really like them. But to get to some comments here, I'm going to jump to a comment from Fun Fish.
Thank you for great comments.
And yeah, when you look at the American League Central, I mean,
yeah,
it's really anyone's game. And the only thing I will say about it being ugly is I think you just have a lot of okay teams in it. I don't think there's really one team that I see that's going to like. I'm not looking at the AL and like the AL East, and you look at the Yankees and the Jays, and you're kind of expecting one of them to lead the division, at least to start the season. That's what you were expecting.
Call me crazy, but I really see Minnesota taking this division.
I think you are crazy because I actually think it'll stick with the Guardians. I think the Guardians are just a little better all around. Sam says the Tigers should win.
Oh, interesting.
I think the Royals, my buddy Bobby Witt.
The Royals. Oh my goodness, we all figure something different. Wow,
Bobby Witt, baby.
Oh, JP Power from Hamilton, from Windsor. I'm from Hamilton. Is loves that almond milk. You know what? Almond milk, great in coffee.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
I will say that. Here we go. Ontario Secret say you guys need a little pop-up camper for commuting with the caddy. Save some bucks, camp right there at the venue parking lot. Okay, I gotta say this, and we need to be full screen for this. I want you to look at this man. Do you see this man camping?
No, what I gotta say, for our friend of the program, when we venture into different transportation subjects, maybe he'll come on for Dex. He converted a mini school bus into a camper, and he's a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So when he goes down Pittsburgh for the Steelers, instead of renting out hotel rooms, he stays in his camping minibus so his dog can stay with him too. I think it's a brilliant idea. And as the Dex grows and we travel on the road for you guys, I would love to do that, like camp in a little minibus.
Oh my god!
Do you see me camping?
Why not?
You are used to the darkness, so yes.
Yeah, exactly.
We got to get to some more comments here. But yeah, maybe, you know what? I would absolutely love to get a little camper to tow with the Escalade.
Oh, actually, Jacob and I, we did go to the trailer RV show, Jacob. We were looking.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting, though. You're not a big fan of regular milk. You can chug that almond milk. The West is so much better than the East. It's no comparison.
Yeah.
We should that'd actually be a good idea. We should like find a little camping thing and go get an Airbnb and do like a bunch of streams from there for a weekend in September.
Yeah, I'll be cool. That's a possibility.
Anything can happen. Timothy goes to school, and Lane is definitely the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Dan is in the pool with the ladies. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
But Sam has some predictions here. Tigers to win the Central. Royals and Guardians runner-up. Funfish agrees with Sam. Tigers in Cleveland. I'm going Cleveland, Royals, then Twins.
Interesting.
The Tiger Stadium is only 20 minutes away from my house.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's true. It would be, yeah.
You know what, JP Power? Just because I haven't had to use it all day.
Not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
It is true.
It's not true.
I've been there from Windsor. It takes like 5 minutes.
You've been to JP's house?
No, I've been to Detroit. I've been to Comerica
Adam's
Park.
in everyone's basement. I mean, Lane's in everyone's basement.
No, I went to Comerica Park with
I'm just kidding.
Windsor with my friend.
Seattle is beating Houston 5-3. Wow. Okay, maybe Seattle will get going again.
Interesting. I like Seattle. I've been there. Cool spot.
Sam, I love camping. Went every weekend in the summer for years until I started with the Bay Cats. Now, Sam, I do have a question for you, and you can let us know in the comments. So I used to cover back when it was the IBL. Now it's the CBL. But do they still sing the song, "We are the home team, the Berry Bay Cats"? They're going to win the game because we are the home team, the Berry Bay Cats. They're going to win the game. They'd sing that throughout the whole game, and they played Sweet Caroline a lot as well. But
no, I played that song too.
Sam,
what?
Okay.
Boo!
I quit.
Yeah, literally. That's
Why?
ridiculous.
That used to be my
That
favorite thing
song
about
is
her.
legendary. I don't remember any of the players from the Berry Bay Cats. I do remember the song.
Tigers Park is right beside Ford Field where the Lions play.
Oh,
Yeah, great venue.
cool.
Was at the Tigers Stadium once. Torrential downpour hitting the grounds crew couldn't pull out the tarp. Fans ran on the field to help. I did too. Well, good for you. I'm
Oh,
actually,
wow.
that's
Good
legit.
for
That's
you.
awesome.
So did they give you a free hot dog or something for doing that?
We'll find out, maybe. Panthers play the Leafs tomorrow. Must lose 2 points for it. Well, I mean, neither team really cares.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing I will say, Toronto, Florida hate each other so much. You might actually see a good game from both teams in that one, just because neither team likes each other.
Exactly.
I don't know if you noticed Sam either, because Sam's another Barry boy. Have you noticed the old school Barry Colts jersey I've added to my set?
Yeah, that's sweet, Jake. That's a Brian Little jersey.
So that's actually a Brian Little jersey.
So that's a cool jersey.
Brian Little.
So cool.
So Brian Little played for the Atlanta Thrashers for many years.
Phenomenal. He was first round pick for Atlanta. Great hockey player. So sad he got injured.
And great guy, too. I'm glad you appreciate it. Just glad not to get kicked out. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Lane, are you directing the next road trip movie?
Hey, if we get some more money with this YouTube channel, it'll be amazing to take on the road.
But speaking of money, if you guys like to save money,
yeah,
we all love to save money. If you're looking to start your own stream, you need to try out StreamYard. StreamYard takes your stream to the next level. And we use StreamYard here at the Analyst Desk. It's an easy setup. Like, it's so easy, Dan can use it. And Dan tried to plug a USB port into an SD card slot.
I
didn't know it.
I didn't know what a desktop was either.
Desktop, and he could use StreamYard. So that's how it is. It's super reliable and is built for creators who want to do their own content. So if you use the link that is on this page, and I will throw it in the comment section just because I am such a wonderful human being, you will save $10 on your StreamYard subscription. And who doesn't want to save money? I love saving money. You watch a podcast and Mr. More for your money. Woo! Why wouldn't you use it? And Lane, you've even said too, StreamYard made your streaming experiences so much easier than it used to be.
Oh, 100%. When I had power, when I had electricity, it's always great to go on StreamYard. But yeah, I used to do drum stream, video game stream before I joined the Analyst Desk. And I used to be on OBS. You have to look up tutorials of how to do this and how to do that and how to add this source in and how to add that source in. So complicated, so much waste of time. StreamYard is all inclusive. You can do it all in the website. It's so easy, so much easier to use. I've had, ever since Jacob was showing me, I've had a blast using this site. It's good for comments. It's good for streaming. If you're looking to get started, this is a no better place to start here on StreamYard.
And like I mentioned in the last episode, like it actually works. Like we tried a free service before, like even Lane and Adam were on the decks way at the beginning, and the free service cost so many times that Jacob and I had to stay up to 5:30 in the morning to do one pre-recorded episode. So definitely worth paying a little bit of money to get better service on this one.
You can use it under the influence. It's that easy.
Yeah.
Unlike Tiger Woods driving under the influence, never drive under the influence.
Yeah, please, people. Don't, we like to joke around, but please don't drink and drive.
I don't know if I'll be able to come on for any pregame stuff because unfortunately I have to do my day job. But we'll probably be on at the end of the night, probably heading into the 10 o'clock game. We'll probably come on around then, and we can talk about a lot of big games that happen. We'll take another look at the NHL standings, which actually the Utah Mammoth clinched their first playoff spot ever. So that's awesome.
Yeah, congrats to the Mammoth.
Nice to see.
Austin Matthews is going there now. They're a contender.
Oh my gosh, Dan. A few years ago, I did parties. I did Pirates, Phillies, and Mets in one weekend. Wow.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, the Masters is this weekend as well. Yeah. Actually, little wink, wink, nod, nod. We might have some golf content coming up.
Oh.
So be watching out for that. I'm going to see if which one between Dan and I and maybe Lane as well, if he wants to join us. We'll see who has their golf skills.
I played the game of golf.
But have you played the game of life?
No, I kind of suck at that one. But the
Credit
game of golf
Utah.
I suck too.
Okay, so actually, you know what? This is an interesting one here. I want to ask you guys around the room, and comments, please join in. Do you like Utah's branding, or do you prefer when they were just the Utah Hockey Club?
Call me crazy. I think I actually prefer the hockey club. And the reason why I do is you look at soccer. Soccer is a big influence in Europe, coming over in North America now. I'm sorry, you're Europeans. Football, you'll call them the football club, the soccer club. Toronto FC stands for football club. So Utah was the first hockey club to call themselves a hockey club. So I actually really like their old, I was at the Utah airport once on a layover, and they had a hoodie that said Utah Hockey Club. And I almost bought it. I thought, I think I'm going to change the name next year, and I like the name. And I regret not buying that. It was such a cool piece. Thank you, Sam. I love their colors too, right? So I would say I like the hockey club branding better. Oh, the Zamboni is pretty gay, so I'll give it that too.
What do you think, Lane? Do you like the Utah Mammoth, or did you prefer the Utah Hockey Club?
I'm cool with the Mammoth. I know it's going to take a while to kick in, but hockey club just seems lame to me. It seems boring, like anyone could do it. Even though no one's done it, anyone could do it. I just thought it was very bland and boring. I like the Mammoth. I like that they've forget what they just did, but they did something. They're the only team to have a Zamboni that's a mascot of a Mammoth. So that's pretty cool. They've got their only little Zamboni thing going on. So I like it. I think it's something. It's a brand. I like an actual brand. Instead of just be like, we're Utah. It's like, well, what the heck is that?
And yeah, Scott Oak retired.
I know.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Fun fact.
After his second last game with Calgary, all the Calgary Flames players took the time to shake his hand and thank him for all his hard work in the NHL.
Oh, such
Joe
fun
Bowen's
fact.
going to in 5 days.
Fun fact, this last interview is going to be of Ryan Reeves tomorrow. So check out that interview.
Crazy.
So Dan wants NHL teams in a fork.
No.
Lane, are you 100% right to switch Utah? I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to say, yes, Lane, you are 100% the right switch. But we also got an interesting point here from Ontario's Secret. Islanders Sens. That's a humongous
biggest game tomorrow, I say.
That's one I will say. If the Senators win, I think they've probably locked up their wild card spot.
Yeah, the Islanders would be out at that point.
Not necessarily, because the Islanders can still get into their division, which actually I may as well just pull up the NHL standings, boys, because
is that the Metropolitan?
Yeah.
Oh, I just changed. Problem when you have too many screens going. I apologize.
I'm going back to the dark.
He's very dark now.
I'm always in darkness, Dan.
Oh, darkness, my friend.
I never see the light.
Blinded by the light. What a surge from Montreal, by the way. They have a chance of winning the division. Still have a game in hand.
Amazing.
Cole Caulfield.
He's been absolutely stellar. But let's take a look at these NHL standings here. I haven't had a chance to whip up graphics, so we'll just go straight off the NHL website. So we have the Buffalo Sabres leading the Atlantic, but it's still anyone's guess on who's going to win the Atlantic between the Sabres, Canadiens, and Lightning. I will say for the Lightning, losing that game to the Canadiens, being 4 points behind the Sabres with only 3 games left is tough.
Yeah.
Basically, if the Sabres win one more game, then the Lightning can't catch them. Montreal still might be able to, though.
Who had on a bingo card that Buffalo's going to get 106 points?
I thought they'd be better this year, but not this good.
Crazy.
That's why I still think Lindy Ruff is the coach of the year. No disrespect for Martin St. Louis. I think he'll definitely be nominated. But yeah, and Tampa sitting third. I mean, again, it's crazy to think that the division, the Atlantic has 3 teams with over 100 points, and Toronto and Florida are neither of them.
Well, I'm shocked that Montreal's 100 points. I predicted Montreal around 98 points. So.
And now we have the Metro, which the Hurricanes have clinched their division. Pittsburgh has clinched a playoff spot and have clinched second. But here's where it gets interesting. The Philadelphia Flyers are currently sitting there with 92
Get
points.
on Philly. I'm excited for this.
Philly's
Philly
been
has been in the
phenomenal.
playoffs in
Dan
a long
Vladar has
time.
been a beast. But here's where things get interesting, okay?
Okay.
So the Ottawa Senators are currently holding on to that wild card spot with 94 points. But you have the Detroit Red Wings of 91, the New York Islanders of 91, and the Columbus Blue Jackets with 90. And what's interesting
Washington
here is,
89, I
right,
believe.
let's say hypothetically Detroit wins tomorrow and Ottawa loses. All of a sudden, this is going to be absolutely insane.
Mayhem.
And if the Islanders win, and I don't know if the Flyers play tomorrow, but if the Islanders win, and all of a sudden the Islanders could potentially jump the Philadelphia Flyers. And I thought the Islanders, I mean, mind you, the Leafs are a bad team, but they looked phenomenal under DeBoer in their first game against the Leafs. Like, they completely dominated that game. But let's get to some comments here on these East standings. And we have Habs and Sabres are biggest shocks of the NHL easily. I would agree, but I would also throw the Islanders in there. Last year, they were one of the worst teams in the NHL. This year, to be potentially making the playoffs, that's another absolute shocker. And Dan, I'll pull up your schedule in a minute here. And we also have I'm surprised Dan, see, that's how easy StreamYard is. Even Dan figured out how to share a screen.
I did. Isn't that crazy?
Bridgeport coming to Hamilton. I guess it's time to be a New York Islanders fan. Hey, you're gonna see a lot of their prospects up here.
100%. I'm excited.
Tomorrow, it's game over, in my opinion.
Great.
I think it just depends what the Flyers do as well. But I mean, it definitely will mean they can't get the wild card spot, but they still might be able to get into the division. But I know Dan has the games that are on the schedule tomorrow. So we have the Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Boston Bruins, Oilers versus Kings. We'll get into that in a minute. That is absolutely huge.
Well, we can't
Hurricanes versus Mammoth, a game that means nothing. Leafs versus Panthers, a game that means nothing. Dan, can you scroll down just a bit so I can see the bottom? You scrolled up. There you go. Stop. Hammer time. Don't Dan. Stop. Good job. Okay. Blue Jackets versus Canadians. Big game for both teams. Canadians are trying to catch first in the division. Blue Jackets trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. I really think the Senators-Islanders game is the biggest game of the day.
Yeah.
That game is absolutely huge. The Blues are trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. Blackhawks, it means nothing. Red Wings must win. You have to win this game against the Devils. Flyers versus Jets must win for both teams. Avalanche versus Golden Knights. Nothing for the Avs. Means a lot for the Golden Knights, and we'll see why when we look at the West. We have the Capitals versus the Penguins. A must-win game for the Washington Capitals, as they are currently sitting 5 points out of a playoff spot with only 3 games left. They have to win out.
If they lose, we're done.
Literally, if they lose, they're done.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Wild versus Predators. You'll see it a bit, but that's a humongous game for the Predators. Rangers versus Stars. Rangers want to lose because they want that first overall draft pick. Flames versus Kraken. I think for the Kraken, unfortunately, their season is done. Not a huge one there. And Canucks versus Sharks. The Sharks, to keep their slim hopes alive, they absolutely have to win that game. Because when we go and we look at the West, and thank you, Dan, for bringing up that schedule.
No problem.
When we look in the Central's pretty much all sorted out. And then we'll get to some comments here. But
thank you for the great comments coming in.
Absolutely. But the Central's sorted out. I don't see the Stars losing out and the Wild winning out. Like, I think the Stars will at least win one of their last 3. And that'll be that. But which is crazy that either the Stars or Wild are going to go out in the first round. It's absolutely insane.
So terrible.
But this is why it's such a big game for the Golden Knights. They're only 1 point behind the Oilers.
That's
now, mind
crazy.
you, do you even want to win this division? Because if you lose this, you're playing the Utah Mammoth, who might be a harder out potentially than anyone in the Pacific. So the Pacific division is so bad. This is the one division where winning your division might be worse.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, because I'm not expecting much from the Ducks this year in the playoffs. They find a way to win games, but they have one of the worst.
Leo Carson looked great last night with the Hattie.
Go ahead, Dan.
Said Leo Carson from Anaheim looked amazing in the hat trick last night.
For sure. I just don't think they have enough.
I agree with you.
To win in the playoffs, and I don't think they're good enough defensively.
Fun fact, Troy Terry is the only player in the NHL that's played every game and hasn't laid a single hit.
Yeah, that is a crazy.
That's not going to get you far in the playoffs.
But when we look at the wild card, it's crazy to say the Winnipeg Jets, with 4 games left, are 3 points back.
That's
It is
nuts.
legitimately possible for the Winnipeg Jets to make it. Same for the
They
Nashville
were under
Predators.
500.
San Jose Sharks, you are in do or die mode. And I think the St. Louis Blues are done, in my opinion. I think you're basically the Sharks. I'm going to be generous because Macklin Celebrini, I think you still have a fighting. I think you still have a slim chance. So you basically have 4 teams fighting for 1 playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Leaf fan, you want the LA Kings to get that playoff spot so the Leafs get a 2nd round pick for Lawton instead of a first. No, we got to get to some comments here, but I thought it was good to get to those. Tampa Bay versus Bruins, massive playoff game. Oilers versus Kings, another massive playoff game. Absolutely.
100%.
Those are some humongous games. I root for the Sens. I just have to. As for the West, I'd love to see the Jets slip in, but that's iffy. I've said this for a while. If the Winnipeg Jets make the playoffs, they might be the most dangerous Canadian team just because all the pieces are starting to click in. Dan, Connor Hellebuck proved in the Olympics he can play in the big moments. Mark Scheifele is having the best year of his career. Kyle Connor is playing phenomenal. Alex Iafallo is really starting to get going. Jonathan Taves is starting to find his game. Gabe Velarde's playing great. Kyle Connor is a 35 goal scorer. Like, you look at the Jets, Adam Lowry is a playoff legend. I really think the Winnipeg Jets might be a team that if they can squeeze in could do a lot of damage. Bridgeport beats Lee Valley. Bridgeport clinches their playoff spot tomorrow. That'd be great too, especially now since they're going to be coming to Hamilton. But before I get to some more comments here, I want to ask Dan and Lane, what do you guys think about me saying the Winnipeg Jets might be the most deadliest Canadian team if they find a way to get in?
I've been saying it for a while, and after the last 2 weeks, I think this team's going to make it. I don't know what I didn't believe it in the first, but as I even halfway through, I'm like, I don't like this, but then they got hot, and then Hellebuck showed up, and then my boy, who I've been saying he may not do it on the scoreboard, but he does it in the locker room. Jonathan Taves, who is a leadership guy, who knows who will bring it when it's serious. He may not get the goals, he may not get the points, he may not have that much, but he does have that lockership mentality of let's flip it, do it. And I said that's something the Leafs needed, even if I said they should have brought him on because he's that guy that with 4 games left to go is going to go in that room and be like, every single one of you, we're not losing. I want to get in. We're making it. Here's what we're going to do. And either you're going to do it or I'm going to be mad. And they're going to listen to him because he's got the locker room behind him. And I think they're going to do it. I believe in this team.
Yeah, a great place for a pint is Chuck's Roadhouse, but I want to bring up this one. Have a good night, Sam, and thank you for joining us at the desk. What's your thoughts on this, Dan? You haven't been a Winnipeg Jets believer as much as Lane and I.
Well, shout out to Chuck's. I love Chuck's. Those Wednesday whips are amazing. Shout out to Chuck's, and pretty much has every little town across Ontario at least has a Chuck's. So good on them. I'd love the passion that you and Lane have for the Jets. I see your guys' points, but I 1000% disagree with you. And the reason why is because of the Montreal Canadiens. I think this is the powerhouse of Canada and arguably a powerhouse of the NHL.
So what he asked.
And I think we're at least making it to the second round.
He asked if you think the Jets are making it to the playoffs or not.
Jacob asked if the Jets are like my sweeper team if they make it, and they activate the best Canadian team, and they're not. I think Montreal's the best Canadian team.
I thought you said if they're making the playoffs.
No.
Bit of both, but yeah, I'm not going to get into Montreal again.
I think Winnipeg will make the playoffs. I think I'll be pretty sweet. I hope they make the playoffs, and once they make it, I hope they go on a deep run. I'm not cheering against them. I love Mark Scheifele, former Barrie Colt boy, and Bob, one of the nicest people ever in the NHL. Super nice guy. But I think Montreal's the real deal this year.
Welcome back to the desk, Connor Chaley, 5422. Addressed to me at Jacob. Hello. They still carry that Rick Bonus tag famously attributed to them. They have no pushback. I'm not seeing them make it far, even if they manage to get in. That's interesting.
Ooh, yeah, good point.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of Rick Bonus, but I also agree with Lane that bringing in the leadership of Jonathan Taves has actually made a difference
maker for sure.
And I mean, I think Jonathan Taves, if he gets in, will step it up. I don't know. I look at this Winnipeg team. They have a franchise goalie. You have Mark Scheifele, who I think is one of the best players in the NHL and one of the most underrated players in the NHL. I don't know. I really like this Winnipeg team. Go ahead, Lane.
I was just saying, I was telling this to Brendan the other day. I remember walking into a bar. It was I was just going to watch a game with my friend, and it was 4-1 Anaheim in the third period. And I just saw Jonathan Toews' face sitting on the bench, like this look on his face, like, we're not losing this game. And I'm like, they're going to win this game. My friend's like, no, they're not. I'm like, they're scoring 4 goals and they're winning this game. And they did. And Jonathan Toews got the overtime. And I'm like, this guy will not refuse us to. You know, they say in Shorzy, you don't hate winning, but you hate losing. Jonathan Toews is a guy that hates losing. So I think him being on this team, a team that's had a problem in the playoffs, if they make it, I think he's going to be a big, he'll be a big voice in that locker room to get this team over the hump. I said when they signed him, I said Jonathan Toews is a valuable signing, even if he doesn't only gets 20, 30 points. He's got that locker room mentality. He's exactly what Dan said. He's your Spezza. He's your Marlowe. He's someone who's been there. He's won Stanley Cups. He knows how to get it done. He's got the seriousness to him. I think he's a great pickup, and I think he'll help the Jets out.
The only thing I will say to comparing him to Marlowe and Spezza, there's one key thing that Jonathan Toews has done.
He's won Stanley Cup
that neither one of them haven't, and that's win a cup, right? Like, I mean, Patrick Marleau, I think you can go back to be one of the dumbest moves the Leafs ever did. And by the way, when they traded Patrick Marleau to get rid of his contract, the first round pick they traded turned out to be Seth Jarvis. Imagine if this team had Seth Jarvis right now. This is a different Leafs team. That's all I'm going to say. But we got to get to some more comments here. Everyone's loving Chuck's Roadhouse in the comments. We're not sponsored by Chuck's Roadhouse, but we could be.
We go to Chuck's all the time. It's a great spot.
There was a comment I wanted to get to. Sharks making the playoffs to restart the legacy of failure. I'm here for it. Oh, man. The Sharks never seem to be able to get it done. But I'll put it this way. If Macklin Celebrini was not on that team, I'd probably say the Sharks will not make the playoffs at this point. Oh, however, sure. I think Macklin Celebrini is the future of the NHL. And I think if anyone can take this team dragging it, kicking and streaming into the playoffs, it's Macklin Celebrini. This kid's insane.
I agree.
Yes.
There was another. Sorry, Lane, go ahead.
He's really proven, I thought it was crazy when my friend said that Celebrini's better than Bedard. I think he's proven he's way better. Way better.
It's tough to say, though, Bedard. But I remember, before Bedard got injured, Chicago was a playoff team.
That's true.
Then when he got injured, they fell off a cliff. However, the Sharks without Macklin Celebrini have won one game without Macklin Celebrini this year. When he didn't score a point, when he didn't get at least a point, sorry, they had won one game when he didn't score, some statistic like that. But there was another one.
Bedard hasn't even hit 100 points in his career.
Yeah, I know, but I still think Bedard's a generational talent. I just think he's on a team that has no one literally has nobody.
Literally,
he's playing with Ryan Donato and Tyler Bertuzzi.
No disrespect to them, they're good players, but yeah,
I like both players. But I can't find the comment. I'm just gonna say it. Comment about the Vegas versus the Ducks game, which Dan still has this up here, which actually, no, Vegas is playing Colorado. But the question was, could Vegas potentially upset the Ducks? And I hate to say it, but yeah, I think they could. I don't have a lot of faith in this Anaheim team in the playoffs.
They've just fallen apart. I don't know what's going on. Ever since that loss to the Leafs, ironically, in overtime, this team just fell off. They lost, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
Something like that. Crazy.
But yeah, as we look here again, I want to go around the room here, and please feel free in the comments. I see a lot of comments about Chuck's having good ranch dip. So they do have good ranch. But you know what's better than ranch dip? Amazing hockey games. When you look at these games, what's a game, Lane, that really jumps out to you?
I don't know. Ranch dip is pretty good, bro.
What's the game of the day for you, Lane?
What's the game of the day? It's either going to be the Blue. No. It's either going to be the Sens and the Islanders. That's a big one. The Flyers, Jets. One of those two. I'd say Flyers, Jets.
I'm going to go with the Islanders versus the Senators because I think these are two teams that the Islanders are going to be very hungry. Senators have a chance to almost lock up that spot. Another big game, though, obviously at 4:00 is the Oilers versus the Kings. Dan, what about you?
I'm going to go off the map here, and I'm going to say the Capitals versus the Penguins. I think Washington still has the swim chance of 5 points out, and Ovi wants another one at the Cup. Ovi wants to break Gretzky records, the most combined goals in season and playoffs. They're going to do everything possibly can to make it there. Pittsburgh always has locked up a playoff spot, but any battle of Crosby versus Ovechkin is worth watching. So I'm saying
also to jump into Dan's point there, this might be the last time we see Crosby versus Ovechkin.
He's coming back. Quit saying that,
Dan. It's legitimately possible that there is a chance that we never see another Crosby versus Ovechkin. It'll be interesting to see if Crosby and Ovechkin have some kind of photo op moment. Will that tell us if Ovechkin's retiring or not?
I think they will, just to play it safe, because Ovechkin did an interview and said it depends on his health in the off season. I think Ovechkin will take a lot less money. Right now he's getting paid 9.5. I see 6 million, the magic number, and 3.5, between 3.5 coming off the cap books plus the cap going up. That could definitely bring a key player to the Capitals roster in the offseason. So I think he's coming back. Bring it back.
Honestly, I want to see the Detroit Red Wings in the pictures. They have a majestic charm about them. Hard to explain why, but I want to see in the postseason. What do you think about this, Lane? Do you want to see postseason hockey back in Detroit? And if you do you think it's happening this year?
No, I don't want to see it.
Really?
I could care less.
I will say I do want to see Dylan Larkin in the playoffs. I think he's one of a guy that's super underrated. Doesn't get enough credit for how good he is.
I mean, maybe I'll get some flack for saying this. He's not my most favorite player, but I do think he's the first ball of Hall of Famer. I want to see Patrick Kane in another playoff one. So I'm going to say
it would be interesting. I definitely would be good to see Patty Kane. The legend of Harold Bauer really runs through the veins of the city, guys. Trading their first rounders over and over. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, Harold Bauer has basically put the Leafs in. I mean, I don't know why they're still, doing this in 2026, but like I said, we will do a show where we really break down the entire Leaf season as a whole, the good, the bad, and the dumb, as I like to say. And
I guess we'll do an episode on breaking down all the teams that didn't make the playoffs too for the off season. So
we'll do some teams deeper than others, obviously, because there's some teams that I think just
for sure, 100%. But the teams that were really close didn't make it, like Detroit, San Jose, Winnipeg, the Islanders. Sorry, it's Washington.
Hey, you're taking all these teams saying they're not going to make it. They're still in the hunt, buddy boy.
But I'm just saying, some of them aren't going to make it, right? So it's definitely good things to talk about. Well, we can't all make it.
How is that so loud?
Lane, it's because you have no light, so you can't see, so your ears are becoming stronger. Man, you guys really do love Chucks.
Yeah, comments on Chucks are awesome. Chucks are amazing, bro. I love Chucks too.
Their after 9 half-price apps are phenomenal. And yeah, this is Ontario Secret saying, "Go crack a beer open for JP Power."
I own Dwayne Gievers. They can crack one for me too.
I can see Crosby coming back for a slow year. Ovi, I'm saying, is done from Ontario Secret.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. A slow year. Even Crosby's slow year would still be like 70 points.
Well, the only thing is, though, Crosby's broken the record now for most point per game seasons ever.
I'm shocked that no one's talking about that. It's such an incredible achievement.
I talk about it all the time. I still think
Crosby good. I give you a lot of respect talking about it.
Sidney Crosby is the best player that I've ever watched, and it's going to be a sad day when Crosby retires. Like Ovechkin too, but Crosby is just the best. Out of this era, he's been the best overall player. And I've said it too. You'll always wonder with Pittsburgh, what if they kept Marc-Andre Fleury just a little bit longer?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Because unfortunately, keeping Matt Murray did not work out, and they've never had a true number one goalie since. Like even now, you're going into the playoffs to Stuart Skinner and Sheloff. The only thing I'll say with Skinner, he does have a lot of playoff experience, as dumb as this sounds.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Stuart Skinner outplays Tristan Jarry in the playoffs? How stupid Edmonton's going to look.
I could honestly see it happen because Pittsburgh's such a better defensive team than Edmonton, right?
And Tristan Jarry might not even be your starter.
Yeah, is that crazy?
But Another comment here from Ontario Secret. Be nice if Ovi stayed in North America, but I got a feeling he's heading home. The only thing I'll say for Ovechkin is I do wonder, since he's currently sitting 11 goals behind the record.
Yeah.
I think if the Capitals somehow make the playoffs and Ovechkin breaks that goal record, he's going to retire. I don't know if he's going to want to retire being like 10 goals behind Gretzky on a record that everyone told him he'd never break. But let's be honest, Ovechkin is not the player he used to be.
No,
he's still a decent player. Can still shoot the puck.
Like 31 goals.
I know, Dan, but like if you watch, he is not what he used to be anymore.
I get that.
Like Sidney Crosby, he's not as good as he used to be, but you could still argue Sidney Crosby is a top 20 player in the NHL.
He's still,
you can't make that argument about Ovechkin anymore.
No, I get that.
Like you just can't. Sidney Crosby, you can still argue is the best two-way player, maybe behind Nick Suzuki, which is painful to say because I'm such a Crosby fan. Because we had this conversation yesterday about is Nick Suzuki the best two-way center in the NHL? Like currently,
Barkov's injured. Yes.
Oh, Barkov's injured, right? I mean, but Suzuki is proving that he's an absolutely incredible. I dropped my mouse.
And to be honest, I don't know if you guys agree.
Boy.
I just don't see Ovi getting to 1,000 goals. I just don't see it.
I do.
It's too. He's only going to get 30 a year. Like it's going to take him what?
2 more years, bud. 2 more years. Sign a 2-year, $12 million contract. $6 million per. Wait till he's 42, 43. It's Chris Terrio. Hope he can do it too.
People all have the gall to say McDavid is the best. Best at what? Being a 2-time bridesmaid.
Oh,
it's a bridesmaid, never the bride.
Pretty good comment.
I will say I agree with you. McDavid is the most talented player I've ever seen. But to say he's a better player than Sidney Crosby, I think it's just there's a difference between talent and best. Sidney Crosby is the best overall player, in my opinion, ever. People argue with me that it's Wayne Gretzky, and that's fine. That's your opinion. Mine is, as an overall player, Sidney Crosby is the greatest player ever.
And just the way he represents the NHL, like they're showing the other night, they're doing some event, and Crosby's out for just helping packing up all the chairs. And you don't want to make a big deal of it, right? But such a good guy.
Yeah, I believe Anze Kopitar is retiring after this year, so that'd be the only thing. It'd be nice if the LA Kings could get into the playoffs too for Anze Kopitar.
Oh, I would love to see that.
Slovenian player in NHL history.
Slovenian, thank you. That's the country. When I was trying to remember the country last night.
Anze Kopitar has been an absolute joy to watch for the last 17
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. Not Sean Avery.
Yeah.
Back to Chuck's Roadhouse. Yes, after 9 p.m.
Price
app.
God, heartburn.
Pound of hot wings. Get heartburn just thinking about it.
That's why Galveston's my best friend. Not sponsored by Galveston.
You get 4 chicken strips, 4 chicken wings, and a side of onion rings when it's half price for $10.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, and their garlic cheese bread. Magnifique.
I like their matzo sticks.
But yeah, honestly, their food there's really good.
And with steak bites. Wow, get a steak.
I was gonna say even if you're going on a full price, just their steak in general is actually pretty good. It's a good steakhouse too.
Yeah.
But
I had some good chicken the other day with chicken parmesan or something. That was really good too.
But I think it may be time to wrap up the show, as we've been on for almost 2 hours. But we've talked a lot. We've talked Blue Jays. We've talked about the NHL playoff race. We talked about the MLB standings. And also, too, just so you guys know, we will be doing more simulations as well. Let us know in the comments if you want to see some AHL playoff simulations as well as NHL, MLB. And we figured out a way. It won't be perfect, but we're going to try some CFL simulations and see how you guys feel about them. Unfortunately, we can't make it 3 downs, but we have found a way to there's a way to get all the teams and rosters in there. So we will be probably doing those as well. So
I'm so excited for that.
Lots of
simulations. We'll be the only ones on
coming.
YouTube doing it.
But before that, I was doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. I
haven't
eaten
out in 3.5 weeks.
Good for you, JP.
That's awesome.
Because you know what, too, when you do, and this is no disrespect, Link, I know you deliver for Uber Eats and DoorDash, but it gets expensive for the consumer. So I had this one coworker, and I'm not going to name him, obviously, because he's a good guy, but the amount of money he would spend on Uber Eats a week, we figured it out. My car maintenance, gas, and insurance was cheaper than what he was spending on Uber Eats per week. He'd get 3 meals a day through Uber Eats, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Is that not crazy, Lane?
Yeah, that's a little much.
That's why you can't. That's why, you know what? People like you can't afford to turn the lights on. I'm kidding. Adam, turn the lights on. They're on my side of Adam's basement, but not your side.
Oh, you're down there too.
Oh yeah, Lane and I established this during the last sim because Dan doesn't want to do the sims lately.
I said I've been busy with my life, bro. I'm finally catching up on my life.
That's what they all say. Lane, don't worry. Dan's moved on from you, but you will always be a special place in my heart.
No, I'm not moving on from Lane. What are you talking about? He's too dashing to move on. Even in the dark, he's beautiful.
I'm too dashing. You can't even see me.
Oh my gosh, it's John Cena. Yes, wings, rings, and things.
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, very true. It is almost barbecue and smoker season. We got to get a barbecue.
Yeah, that'll be so good.
But I do want to thank everyone for joining us at the Analyst Desk for this. I didn't think we'd be on for almost 2 hours, but again, we really appreciate all your comments, your likes. We got 12 likes currently on YouTube and 5 on Facebook. Oh my gosh. So I really do appreciate everyone joining us at the desk and sending us so much love. We really do appreciate it. We did hit 165 subscribers the other day, so crazy to think the way the numbers
close to 200. Let's go.
So we really do appreciate that. All aboard!
Aldershot, that's where I get on.
He's trained Aldershot. Choo-choo! John Cena's eyeball. But thank you very much for joining us at the Analyst Desk. I'm the Soper Crane Sports Analyst, joined by Mr. More for Your Money,
Woo!
Lane Dashing Dashco, and the legendary John Cena. One more quick comment for Ontario Secret. I forgot the Bristol weekend of Cup Series and Trucks 2. Wild weekend, boys. Lot going on.
NASCAR trucks. Yeah, that's exciting a lot.
Plus, car show season is starting up very soon for our car enthusiasts in the chat.
Like I said, maybe something cars, trains, and automobiles coming up in the podcast.
But thank you very much for joining us on the podcast. What we did last, we appreciate everyone again. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys very, very soon. Enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you're in. And remember, when you join us at the Analyst Desk, it always feels like game day. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.
It's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show. It's the Analyst Desk. Yeah, in case you didn't know, it's the Analyst Desk. Welcome to the show where every day feels like game day, bro.
John Cena!